Hey busy crafters, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Jessica and it's that time of month. It's our Just Our Imagination collaboration hosted by Rustic and Lace DIY as well as Kathy Joe DIY. And go check out our guest host Jackie Burns Creations. And so we have 3 different must-use items, and the first item is rubber stamps. Well, I guess I was the only crafter in the entire world that did not have stamps. So I went on to Amazon. I got a bunch of this distressing ink. I found it to be a lot cheaper through Amazon than actually going to the stores and getting it. So I bought me some stamps and I regret nothing. These are wonderful. So what I do is I got that half plank board right there. It was a completely round circle, but I cut in half for a different, project. And I just took my Distress Oxide in espresso. Ground espresso is what it's actually called. And I just go ahead. Now, this is the first time I'm using ink. This is the first time I'm using stamps. And so this is going to be a little bit of a experiment. So what I did is a few years ago, I got that heat tool. Well, it's not a heat tool. It's a wood burning tool. And I got that for my birthday a few years ago. And I don't use it very often, not as often as I should. When you do use it, make sure you're in a very well insulated area. Not insulated, guys. Keep a window open, fan going. It gets very smoky, it gets very hot, and it can cause problems. And I just realized, looking at my mess of a desk, I have to figure out where all the little pieces went. Because I don't think I put the entire thing up. No, I did not. So anyways, that's going to be another problem for another day. Anyways, so what I did is, I did 2 different leaves. When this got finished, I liked one finish better than the other one. So with the side leaves that I'm doing right now, I just burnt the entire thing. The insides, I didn't outline it. I just burnt the whole thing. And then with the longer leaves, I just outlined them. So I burnt the outline. And me personally, I like the way the leaves that that I'm working on right now, I like the way they turned out after the project was done. So now I know that next time I do this, I'm just going to burn the whole thing. I'm not just going to outline it, I'm going to burn the whole thing. And another thing is, if I were to redo this one, because I like the concept of it, but I think I should have done the leaves all across the bottom and probably not the larger leaves there. But like I said, this is an experiment. We're learning together, and now I know what I like, what my preferences are. So see, that's the ink, and then that was done burnt. So with these leaves, I just did the outline. I did not do the inside, and I should have, because once I stained it with my Hello Hobby antique wax, I kind of liked the way the burnt turned out, not the outline, but the whole burnt. And then I did not burn enough, because once the wax went on there, it kind of hidden some of these little dots and stuff that I was doing. But there we go. So now here we are. We're going to apply the antique wax. And like I said, the corner leaves, like, they really popped. Like, you'll see that. See? Look at how, like, dark they got. They really popped, and they look really good. And then when I did the outline one, not so much. So, yeah. I would prefer, just, burning the whole thing. Not just doing the outline. Unless you like that look, that's fine. I just like it. It seems more finished that way than anything. So now I'm going to wipe it all off, and then you could see it a little bit better once it's all wiped off. And so, yeah. So while we're doing this, we do have the collaboration. See how nice it looks when it's completely burnt? So that's what I think I'm going to do. But we do have our Just Imagination collaboration going on, and this is one of the items that we had to use was the rubber stamps. So hopefully I did it right. I don't know how to incorporate a rubber stamp, and I kind of don't want to get rid of a rubber stamp in a project. So I don't know. These wonderful ladies, they really do challenge you, and that's one reason why I just adore this collaboration, because everybody who is involved in this collaboration is absolutely amazing, very talented and very creative women. And so I printed that off, or not printed off, but I cut it off of my Cricut, and I got to use the warping tool. That's a newer feature. And I used the Cricut vinyl that actually came with the machine, and there was something missing, and so I just added that little truck. But yeah. Now what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're just going down the truck. So there was something missing there. That's why I was thinking next time I'm just going to burn leaves all the way across the bottom of it if I ever do this again, or if I ever redo it again. This is going to be outdoor. Everything out here, everything on this video today is going to be outdoors. And because I wanted to kind of get my back deck, ready for the summer. A lot of the times, you're going to see the back deck. Don't pay attention to it. It's got a lot of leaves and everything. We've been having, weather that's like, the weather up here has been throwing out numbers like, the Powerball lottery, 28, 36, 85. It's ridiculous. Like, then people wonder why they get sick. Because we go from extreme hot to extreme cold in a matter of like, an hour or two. We were actually raining, and then all of a sudden we looked out the window and we had snowflakes the size of dinner plates. And then it didn't even stick, which, was, happy for me. But now I go ahead, I got that galvanized home sign from the Dollar Tree. And I just go ahead and use jute twine that I also got from the Dollar Tree. And I just hook it onto the little welcome sign. So this is going on our back porch, or not porch, but we have a deck. So it's going on the back deck, as well as the other two projects that I have coming up shortly. And then, of course, we just can't, like, throw it on the couch or whatever out there. You actually kind of have to hang it. It just can't be, like, floating around and people are like, oh, yeah. No. So I had to add a little loop. And then there it is done. I tried to scruff up the home because I didn't want it to look new. But what do you guys think? I like it when it's completely burnt and not just outlined. And maybe I should have outlined and burned the truck with the outlines. That probably would have, should have done that. So I want to take a moment to thank every single one of my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. And here, this one, it's a plunger. We have to use a plunger in this one, and I've always wanted a lemon tree. I live in the mountains, so we don't get to have any type of tropical fruit up here. Actually, I don't even get much up here because of all the wildlife. But, so, I was like, hey, I'm going to buy, little lemon picks, and I'm going to make myself a little citrus tree, because, lemons just kind of remind me of, summer and sunshine, and that's what I like. So I started off by taking this plunger and wrapping it in the brown macrame cord. We have to use both pieces of the plunger, not just one or the other, but both pieces. So here's me using both pieces, and I had to shove it down in there. Now with doing that, it kind of gave a suction to the bottom of it, which helped a lot, but I still put a screw in through the bottom to keep everything in place. And it held amazing. This tree, when I bought the picks, they did not look like what they were supposed to. The picture and the actual product were two entirely different things. So when I finally got them, I laughed. I thought the tree was going to end up looking kind of dumb. And you're going to see why here in a moment. But after it was all said and done and put together, I am actually quite pleased with it. It turned out actually very cute. Because when the picks came in, so here's me just fighting with it. But when the picks came in, these lemons are the size of olives. And the picture showing them like they were like the size of actual lemons. And so I thought, hey, yeah, that's great. They look like little yellow olives. And anybody who has citrus trees knows that lemons don't turn yellow until they're completely fully grown and ripe. So literally, these lemons are olives. So I was like, this is going to be stupid. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to like this one bit. But I take it all back. It actually turned out very cute. I've already gotten a couple compliments on this little tree, and it's amazing. So what I did is I started off and I glued two of them, and I just used hot glue. I glued 2 of them to the very top, just like that. And then I started staggering them down little by little. And this tree took 12 of these picks that I got off of Amazon. If I didn't mention that, yeah, these are off of Amazon. And normally Amazon does really well. I don't know, it could have been, buyer error, I don't know. But the pictures did not look like it. So when I saw the pictures, it was the vision that I had. And even though this isn't the vision that I had, it turned out extremely cute anyways. And I'm well pleased with it. So I just go ahead and do that. Now, I just started fluffing it out. Because at first I was like, this looks weird. This does not look like a lemon tree. And then I thought, duh. Because you have to fluff it out. You have to, spread them out. So there it is. My little olive lemon tree. So tell me what you think of this one. And I am going to add more Pea Rock. When I went out there and added it in the first place, it was soaking wet because it was actually raining. You can see right there, back deck, kind of gloomy and everything. I will be working on that this weekend, not weekend, but when the weather decides to actually stay, one way. Go ahead and check out my Etsy shop, and remember to use the code BUSY24 for an additional 10% off. So here is challenge number 3, garden fences. And I had an idea, but this is not what my idea turned into. It turned into something completely different. And then now that I'm actually sitting here talking to you guys, I have another idea with these garden fences. So I have 8 of those little pieces. Those are 8 inches long. And I have 4 of those larger pieces. Those are 12 inches long. So 8 inches and 4 12 inches. So I go ahead and I start off by making a wonky box. This isn't a square. It's more of a rectangle. And, that's cool. Because at the end product, this turned out absolutely amazing. So I go ahead and just drill the pre-drill a hole in there so that way the wood does not split when I try to screw in my screw. And I had to use deck screws for this. I have another project when the weather comes out. I have another project in mind, using the same kind of concept. But yeah, it'll also be outdoor decor for the back deck. And then I just go ahead and make this box, and I just did it like that. I was going to do a square, but then it wouldn't have worked out as good. So we went with a rectangle, and it turned out absolutely adorable. This thing ended up becoming actually quite huge. It is a foot high. Well, actually, it's probably, with everything said and done, it's probably about 2 feet high now. And this, too, is actually going on my back deck. So I just go ahead and drill a hole. Now, I drilled a hole down all the middle. Remember that when you do this, you have to stagger the screws. Because if you don't, your one screw is going to hit the other screw. So none of them could be down the middle. Like if your first one are down the middle, then the second one, you can't be down the middle. So see, I'm showing you here that the screw is there, and then you have to just move over slightly. And you can just eyeball it, look towards it and say, okay, that's where the drill can go. And then you just drill your hole in there. And then that way it's staggered. And these actually have been very sturdy. And I've built something similar like this before. And they are actually very sturdy, and they can hold up my husband. So my husband is actually like, well, let's see how sturdy this is. And he put his whole body weight on them, and they are absolutely amazing. So now we're going to go ahead and paint this with our our Hello Hobby chalk paint in black. Now, this is not outdoor paint, and even though this is going to be outdoors, and this is not outdoor paint, I don't have outdoor paint in black. I do in white, and I believe in gray. But I wanted it black, so I will have to seal this. So, if you use paint that's not for outdoor, make sure you seal it. You can seal it with Mod Podge. You can seal it with the spray. They do sell at all of your hardware stores or garden centers or whatever. They do have a spray where it will protect your outdoor decorations. So remember to seal this so it's not, ruined. So then here's where the fences come in play. These fences are actually very pretty. And this thing turned out to be quite, I guess, your Gothic revival. So this decoration could be for spring, summer, it could be anything. And for the ones who celebrate Halloween, you can even use it for Halloween because it does have that iron gate, you know. Yeah, you see right there. So I go ahead and do that all the way around. Well, because I left the bottom open and the top open, I kind of needed a little bit more, you know, pizzazz. So I just go ahead and cut down the gates or the fences, 2 more, and then I just glued them onto top. So they have the iron rod look to the top. And then, yeah, see right there. They do have a little bit of an indentation on them, so it fit nicely over the way the wood was. I just glued there and then just pressed it on there, and it's holding up actually very well. And I took a little bit of glue, or a little bead of glue, my Gorilla Hot Glue, and I put it across the top and then just pinched them together. And then here's the end product for this one. So I didn't realize I wasn't filming, but those are solar powered lights, and they're little butterflies. And I thought, okay, cool, whatever. So I go ahead and I just glue the butterflies through the top. The way I glued them, I wish I would have did a little bit different. But it is what it is. And yeah, let me know what you think about this one. That is the challenge number 3. And there it is with the lights on. And then they go off. And then there's my cute little yellow lemon olive tree. See, they go off. So they're solar powered and everything worked perfect. And yeah, this one turned out pretty cute. So you can put this over anything that you want. You can put a candle in there if you want. I just chose a little thing of flowers because, like I said, the top and the bottom are both, you know, open. So I want to thank Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY, as well as Kathy Joe with Kathy Joe DIYs for having me on this playlist. And go check out Jackie Burns' creation. She's an amazing crafter and a wonderful, talented creator. So go over there and check out all these ladies, as well as the playlist that will be linked in the description box below. Again, thank you all so much for all you do. I appreciate you, and God bless. Bye.